Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. This week we reach the apex of the Exodus story, and our people are leaving the land of Egypt. They're leaving the narrow places, and they're headed to the promised land. They reach the shores of the sea, and they don't know what to do. And the Egyptians are giving chase, and all of a sudden the water splits. And the splitting of the sea has become a metaphor that's used time and again. You can see it in the stained glass window here in the Berenstein Chapel. That miraculous moment when the seas were split and we escaped through the narrowest of openings and made our way into the promised land. Sometimes that's the way it is in life. We have to move from narrowness to an expanse. And sometimes that passage is rough and difficult, and sometimes we need to rely on others. Right now, in many ways, our nation is in that narrow place. And those giving us chase, those who are narrowing our world, seem to have the upper hand. But if we remember our ancestors, that Moses found a way, that God found a way, that our people found a way, that it was Nachshon who stepped his foot into the water and said, come on, we're going to do this together. That becomes our motivation during these narrow times. We need to be like Nachshon, to step in and to allow ourselves to pursue the promised land, to pursue a greater good, even as the narrowness closes in around us. I hope you'll join us for Shabbat services. Friday evening services will be at 6 o'clock right here in the chapel. Saturday morning we have services at 11, preceded of course by Torah study at 10 and text study at 9. We had hoped to have a community-wide Tu B'Shvat program, but it has been canceled. So unfortunately that will not be happening on Saturday evening. On Sunday though, lots going on. Our brotherhood is meeting, our sisterhood is meeting. Our religious school will be in session. Our 5th grade parents are meeting for the first of the bar mitzvah cycle for the coming years. And so there will be a lot of activity here at the temple. Sunday afternoon is the annual Brotherhood and Sisterhood bowling game. I'd call it a tournament, except for that the Brotherhood keeps winning every year, so it's not quite a competition, but we still have a lot of fun. It was Team Dan versus Team Melissa for many years, and then it became Team Dan versus Team Kari. This year we're back to Team Dan versus Team Melissa, but something tells me that Team Dan's going to continue its winning ways. During the coming week, all sorts of other activities going on at the temple, the usual array of classes and programs. For now, though, as you experience the narrowing of our world, as we all do, it's good to remember that moment by the sea, that moment when everything seemed closing around us, that moment when we were stuck. We were stuck with an obstacle in front of us, with an obstacle behind us, and we had no idea what to do. And yet, even at that moment, God was with us, and our own people found the motivation to step forward and to pursue the dream and make a better world a reality. So too with us. Let us look around at this narrow world, and rather than feel closed in or fearful, let us believe as our ancestors did, and let us find the willingness to step into the waters, to bring forth that new freedom, and to get us ever closer to the promised land. Shabbat Shalom for now. Look forward to seeing you at the temple.